So today I wanted to talk about breaking free from your comfort zone. I was talking to one of my friends and we were talking about just being comfortable and making changes in our lives. And one of the things that we both had in common was that we both had things that we wanted to do that were different than what we were doing. Whether it was exercising, losing weight, changing our career path, leaving a job that we're comfortable at but we're unhappy. So I think that, we're ending the year. 2024 is coming to an end. 2025 is about to begin. And I just thought, I would talk about some of the things that you could do to start preparing for 2025 and just making changes. And this, again, could be if you're looking to change your career. Maybe you're in a job that you no longer like and you know what you want to do. So say you want to go into the IT industry. The one thing that you can do without going back to college is, getting some certifications. So, Google offers free certification. You can go to Udemy and pay for some courses. I've purchased like $8.99 for a certification that I was interested in. So you can get the free ones. You can pay for it. Some of the courses. A place called Coursera. They also offer courses with well-known colleges. So those are different paths that you can take. And you can do this while you're still working. You don't have to quit your job. You can do it at your leisure. A lot of it is online. But that's a good way to focus on moving forward and making a change and, again, getting out of your comfort zone. If you're looking to lose weight, one of the things you can do is follow 2 or 3 people who have fitness channels. I have my fitness channel. I started working out, but actually this channel consistently online or on YouTube maybe 2 months ago, but it has been something I've been doing my entire life. But part of what I started doing was coming up with ideas and creating a plan for what it is that I want to do. So first you have to think of what your goal is. Do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain weight? Do you want to tone up? Do you want to tone up, build muscle? Whatever it is that you're looking to do, you have to first make that determination. So once you write that down and once you decide what your plan is, what your goals are, then again, write it down. So you could say, in 6 months, I want to lose 20 pounds. But you have to create tasks to go with the plan, because how are you going to lose 20 pounds if you just say in 6 months, I want to lose 20 pounds, but that's it? Then it makes it difficult, because even if you go to other people's channels and you look at their nutrition plan, their workout plan, you really have to create a goal, because once you know what it is that you're trying to do, it makes it easier, because then you could say, okay, I have a plan to lose weight in 6 months. And once you create your action plan, you could say, I want to lose weight in 6 months. And how am I going to do that? Am I going to modify my eating? Am I going to intermittent fast? Am I going to eliminate something like sugar or coffee? Or if I drink, am I stop drinking? Am I going to increase my water intake? So whatever it is, am I going to start taking vitamins and maybe making sure that I get more nutrients in? So you don't have to do 100 things at once, but just create a plan and do it step by step and start checking it off and do it slowly, because if you do too much too fast, then it becomes, or it can become, overwhelming, and then you might not do anything. So I think the best thing to start off with is to create a plan, write it out step by step. How do you plan on implementing this in the next 6 months? And once you do that, I think it makes it easier, because if you organize it and say, this is my calendar, and I wrote down, this is something different, but this is my content creation. I'm trying to get prepared and for December, and I want to do Vlogmas, and so I'm just writing down different ideas. But so you can do the same thing with your fitness plan. Really map out what it is that you want to do, all the way down to this week. So if you're saying 6 months, we could start with month 1. I went to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I'm going to have a salad, soup, smoothie, whatever, and then a snack and fruit, whatever it is that you plan on having. So if you create in meal prep for the first week, at least Monday through Friday, then you have a plan and it's easier to follow. So then you have your meal plan. Then it's like, how am I going to lose the weight? We know you should start in the kitchen because it's what you're eating is number 1. But then you have that figured out. Now my exercise plan. And it really depends on how much you need to lose and where you are physically. Because even when I take time off and I start working out again, even if it's a week, I have to get back into the groove, because, if I just try to do 10 blocks or, 10 miles after I've taken time off, that's too much. That's too much. First of all, you can injure yourself. And second of all, you can become defeated, because if you start back out and you try to make that your goal, then when you can't reach it, then it's like, then you'll give up. So take it slow. Normally what I do is when I take time off, I'll, maybe the first 2 days I'll just stretch, or I'll do some jumping jacks, or I'll do jump rope, and maybe I'll just do 50 each. So just create a plan that you can live with, because although your goal is for the first 6 months, really your goal should be for a lifetime. So this is just to get you started. And then once you become consistent, it's easier, to follow and stay with it. Another thing that you want to focus on is, do I drink enough water? So maybe you need to incorporate more water this week. And maybe you do eat a lot of junk food, cookies, candy, chips. It could be difficult to go cold turkey. So then instead of eating a whole bag of chips, eat a small bag of chips. And instead of eating, 6 cookies, eat 1 cookie. And within that week, if you eat junk food every day, then try to just eat, you know, eat it once a week or twice a week. So if you make a plan and make it so it's realistic and you're still getting what you need in your diet, as far as not going cold turkey, because then it makes it difficult, you know, to stay with it. But just, you know, do small things. This week, you know, I'll eat less cookies, I'll eat less chips, you know. So by the 6th month, maybe you don't eat cookies anymore, or maybe only on special occasions. Maybe instead of eating regular chips, you eat kale chips. So there are alternatives, you know, and you can eat some vegan cookies. I used to make them back in the day, and instead of sugar, regular sugar, I think I used date sugar, and then with the cinnamon and vanilla, I still got the taste that I was looking for without all the sugar. So another thing that you can focus on is maybe meditating, incorporating that throughout the week. So the plan is, when you're trying to get out of your comfort zone, you have to realize that a lot of times it's really fear of failure or fear of success that could be holding you back. And you also have to look at that, because once you create a plan, and we're still talking about fitness, and you have everything that you need to do, and then you start making excuses on why you can't do it. And again, you made the plan easy to follow, and even if you did it only 3 times a week instead of the 5 times a week, just doing it once a week, and, you know, maybe every other day. So it's possible to do, but if that's, you know, something that's holding you back, then you have to address that as well, because sometimes we make excuses and we don't realize that we're just afraid, you know, I don't want to fail. But failure is a good thing, because it's a great lesson. But it's not always that people are afraid to fail. Like I said, the being successful. So then you have to think about it. Maybe you write down, what am I afraid of? And let's just say you do both. I'm afraid to fail. And then you write why. And you make a list of, say, 3 things that make you afraid to fail. And then I'm afraid to be successful. And then you write 3 things on what would make you afraid to be successful. Because people assume that that's not something that could happen. We always think we're afraid to fail. But a lot of times, you know, you have these great ideas, people believe in you, you know you can do it, but I guess sometimes people think, well, then what's next? Once I become successful, what's next? Well, let's think of some people who are successful and are continuing to be successful. Remember, you don't have to just do one thing. I'll just say Rihanna. Perfect example, and it's a good example for me only because she has a skincare business, you know, like myself. But, you know, she started out in in music. And then she went to lip gloss. Then she went to skincare. And now she's doing hair care. And a lot of people who aren't celebrities want to start a hair care business, you know, sell lip gloss, sell clothing, skincare. Rihanna didn't have to do that. She was already successful with her music business. So why did she continue? Because so you can keep going. Once you achieve this goal, say again, we're back to the working out, and you lose the weight. That was your goal. You lost your weight. Now you're where you want to be. Now you have to maintain it, because sometimes that's harder. Once you lose the weight, now you have to be consistent and to keep the weight off. And that's why I said when you start off, you have to be realistic, because you want to be able to maintain it. Because what's the point of going through all of that 6 months, losing all the weight, and then gaining it right back because you don't know how to maintain it? So think of that when you start, so when you finish, you're continuing, not starting all over and doing it again. So you need to understand what are the things that will make you go back to gaining the weight. And that's the same thing with being afraid of being successful, thinking, okay, well, I am successful, I lost the weight, or I am successful, I started my business, and I'm making the millions of dollars that I wanted to, but I'm still not satisfied. I still want something else. Well, automate that system or get people to work for you and then pursue something else if there's something else that you want to do. So we don't have to, like it was back in the day, just do one thing. It's like, oh, I have this one goal. I went to school for cosmetology, but I'm worn out. I don't want to do that anymore. And, maybe I'll do it, take some time off. But then try something new. Like I said, if you wanted to go into IT, or you wanted to be a doctor or a nurse, whatever it is, the options are available. And a lot of the opportunities are free. Like I mentioned with the certifications and, some of the skills that you can get from what Google offers that are free. And so I just think that being in your comfort zone, it could feel like it's a good thing, but it could be making you stagnant, and you could be limiting yourself and missing out on a lot of great opportunities that are available to you because you're stuck. And so I just encourage you to dig deep and really figure out what it is you want to do and do it, and get out of your comfort zone, because we're only getting older, we're only aging, whether you're 15, 20, 25, you're just getting older. And if you can figure it out now, and even if you are 70 or 80, that's the great thing about it. You're never too old. If you have a dream, pursue it. And I think moving forward, getting out of your comfort zone and just staying consistent and focusing on what it is that you want to do, I think just try it. I decided actually a few years ago, I decided to change my job and what I was doing. Like I said, I started my skincare and candle businesses, and it took a long time for me to do it. So I was already making the products, coming up with formulations, and sharing it with family and friends. But I didn't get over that hump. It took me, 4 or 5 years to get over the hump to actually sit down. I decided to go to organic skincare school and actually learn everything that I needed to learn outside of formulations. I don't know why I wanted to say formalizations. I don't know why I wanted to say formalizations instead of formulations. Your skin, learning the different skin types, and just everything that went along with creating products and making sure that not only were the products good for you. You know, the goal was to make vegan products, organic products. Just understanding the body a little bit more and making sure that I was helping and not, you know, adding to the problems or creating a solution. You know, dry skin, how can I resolve that? And so my formulation I created was to help the dry skin, but also not be too greasy and oily. So that was one of the things that I wanted to do, because to me, when I would use body butter, I loved it. It was great, but it was too greasy. And if you were going out, you know, if you were getting dressed up or not, even going to bed, you know, say you just changed your sheets, you oiled yourself down, you don't want all of that on your bed. And so that's what I was thinking about when I was creating my formulation. But I decided I had to push myself and make myself move. And although I was comfortable, I knew I needed to make a change. And so in this video, I just wanted to just talk about getting out of your comfort zone, actionable items that you can work on is visualizing the success and actually creating a plan, you know, writing out your plan. If you're trying to lose weight, like I said, you want to lose weight, how much weight you want to lose, and what path do you want to take to achieve the goal. Whether you want to change your eating, start intermittent fasting, creating a workout plan. Even if you don't want to do anything too strenuous, when you work out, maybe only do it twice a week. So you don't have to, you know, just walk. You don't have to, you know, lift the weights, do jumping jacks. I use those as examples, but maybe you have bad knees and you can't do that, but you can walk. Or maybe even walking is a problem. Take swimming lessons. So there are different ways to help you reach your goal. You just have to be creative, and that's pretty much it. So I said I was going to focus on mental health along with the fitness and nutrition in this on this channel. And so I wanted to try to do at least maybe once a month, once every other week. I don't know. I'm still trying to decide how to incorporate the workouts, the food, and me talking about mental health and just wellness. Not necessarily just mental health, but wellness, and that also includes your mental health. And this video is getting really long because I can keep thinking of things to talk about, and me getting out of my comfort zone is doing this, talking on a video. And I mentioned in one of my previous videos that I always wanted to do a YouTube channel, but I did not want to be in front of a camera. But I had to get out of my comfort zone and just do it because I had other goals that I wanted to achieve, and creating a YouTube channel went along with it. So either I take another 5 years of talking about what I wanted to do, my success that I wanted in my life, or get out of my comfort zone, open this camera, and just talk. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm doing. And it's totally not comfortable, but it's necessary. And I think that I add value and I can help someone, especially if you're an introvert. it all goes along with just getting out of your comfort zone. And I've been told by a few people, it's just talk like you're talking to me, like you're talking to your friend. And I see the progress that I've made in each video. I've improved, and I'm not as nervous as I used to be, but it's still a little uncomfortable. So you just do it uncomfortable, and you'll realize, because I think this is like my 40th video. I have like almost 40 videos. I started 2 months ago, and I have 40 videos. So just do it for real. Like, I'm not just saying it as a cliche. Really, I'm surprised still. And I remember when I would watch other videos and people would say the same thing, and I'm just like, "Ah, whatever, sure. But until you try it, and after you're actually, maybe after my 4th video, I was like, oh, okay. And then the problem was editing. It was like, oh, I can, do all these videos, and then now the editing process takes forever. And so that's when I realized that if I can use notes, there are points that I want to make, actionable tips that I want to present, and I can mention those, but I don't want to just focus on, I just want to talk and make it more authentic. And so that's what I'm doing, because the information is there, and then once you start talking, and it'll just come to you, because especially if it's a topic that you're familiar with, you will probably, digress and talk about other things, but just know how to bring it back, and I think it will be fine. So I'm going to end this video right here. I mentioned before that I got a new, did I mention that on this channel? No, I didn't. Well, I got a new camera, a Sony ZV-1, and I talked about that on my skincare, Chloe Natural Skincare channel. And so what I did was I showed the unboxing, and then I showed how to set it up. So this is my first time using it, and I'm excited to see how different it looks from when I was using my iPhone. So we will see, and that's all. Check out my other videos, my workout videos, and I have 5 overcoming self-doubt videos. So it was supposed to be one video, and it turned out to be 5 parts. And that's partly why I got this new camera, is because I couldn't upload it because it was too large, and I didn't have space on my phone. So check those videos out. Like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.